Good morning, everyone. My name is Cameron Stephen, the guy that's bouncing back from a brain injury. Today, I'd like to talk about emotions and negative emotions like frustration, fear, anger, lack, shame. And I'm sure everybody's experienced one or all of these emotions in their life. And I'd like to talk about some strategies to get past some emotions because I've dealt with a lot of emotions. I'm an emotional person. And after you have a brain injury, wow, things are very difficult to find balance. I'd like to talk a little bit about what happened to me and the strategies I used to help me find balance. That I'm working on myself every single day. In 2013, I was an entrepreneur. I owned my own business. I had a bad lifestyle. I was a father of a 3-year-old daughter. And I started getting sick that summer. And it kept getting worse. And I was getting so sick that I really felt like I wasn't going to make it through it. People were telling me that I was faking and I was dying every single day. That was frustrating. And getting sick and every day thinking it's my last day, wow, with so much fear. And I was the type of person that I wasn't scared of anything. I would bungee jump, I'd skydive, I tried everything. So I wasn't scared of anything, but while I was sick and thought it was my last day for about 4 months, I was very fearful. And then I ended up having a heart attack, 3 strokes, 5 seizures, deflated lung, and a 3.8 centimeter tumor. Fighting for my life in an induced coma. The doctors said that they did an MRI on me, told my family that I'd be lucky to move my head left or right. I'd probably be paralyzed, blind, and not be able to feed myself. Well, I survived. And when I survived, I come out of it with a lot of confusion, a lot of fear, a lot of anger. It was crazy, especially when you don't even understand the disabilities you had. But right from the hospital, when I got out of my coma, and I made it from the ICU to another wing and to another wing, people were planting seeds in my head because I was a boss and I was a leader, and people felt like I needed to hear some of this information when I was still in the hospital. Well, that wasn't good, because when you have a brain injury and you can't process and you can't see people's faces and your filters are damaged, wow, it brings out the anger. I mean, one time I said I was going to leave the hospital, and the security guards had to tackle me down and to make sure, because I was fighting off infections and everything else. So I wasn't really all there, right? So then when people are telling me information and then I hear things and I think my whole life is falling apart, and my cottage got broken into, and different people do a little not very nice things. And just telling me that information isn't what I needed to hear when I was in the hospital trying to get myself better. So that wasn't a good idea. And I ended up having the staples down my chest. I had the gown on, and after some people told me something, a couple fellas showed up at my room at the hospital, and I tried to punch one of them right in the chest. So I always had this anger inside me because I felt like everybody was taking advantage of me. And there's a lot of people that helped me, but there's a lot of people that took advantage of me. So then I got through the hospital. Then I went down the cottage, eventually, to try to live my life. Wow! Everything blew up in my face. And nobody really was guiding me in the right direction for me to heal the best. So when you own a business and everything starts falling down around you, it causes this fear. Like, I wanted to be able to take care of my daughter. She was like the biggest part of my heart, right? I want to take care of her. And then when you have disabilities and everything's falling apart around you and people are deceiving you and some people are helping you and you're very confused. So I went through a long period of time where I was angry about things that people had done to me. And it still follows me today, right? It's just hard to get rid of that baggage. I mean, I had people come in the hospital and tell me that they were going to help me out. And people that I've lent money to said they're going to pay me back. One guy came in there and told me, "Don't worry, Cameron, I'm going to be there for you. Be there for you and your daughter." He never ever paid me a cent. And that guy built a new house and has his own business. So I've experienced a lot of things like this. When I finally got down the cottage, a guy had came and before my accident and came because he was hurting and asked me to borrow $5,000. So once I got good enough, I got someone to drive me to his place. He lived out in the country. Well, because my brain wasn't working the same and I had several disabilities, and he knew I wasn't myself, he made an excuse why he didn't have to pay me. So I went through a lot of things like this, and when you have a daughter that all you wanted to do was take care of her, and take care of my family actually, and then everything is taken away from you. Wow, the fear, the anger, it's all connected. It all works together, right? So if you go to the deepest part of anger, it's going to be your fear of something. It truly is for me. So how do we do when we're faced at a storm coming at you? Well, you got to find a way to guide through it. And I mean, I had like PTSD from things that happened to me. Things that I can't even talk about that happened to me. I still have it follow me. So this is what I have to do. I have to do my routine. I have to control my thoughts. Because if you can't control your thoughts, then you're going to manifest all the negativity that you had in your life. And we're always going to be forced and faced at negative, fearful things in our lives. So we have to find a way to balance through it. And I never actually thought I was going to get through this. And I have to work on myself every single day, because if I don't, all that baggage, all the things that affected me, all the things that I've kind of brought to myself, why all these things happen to me anyway. And I had to rationalize it in my head and control my thoughts so it wouldn't manifest and come back at me. And that's why I have to work on myself every single day. Same as my capacity. So if my capacity, I get wore out or interference comes at me or something I can't control comes at me, well, it gives me anxiety. And then I can't control my mind. So what I do is I wake up in the morning and I meditate, because it is so crucial for me. Because if I don't do it, I can't get past all the things that have happened to me. And a lot of things have happened to me. So meditation really, really helps me. Brings up your immune system. It does so much for you. Because at the end of the day, we want to be able to create. We're all creators. And we want to make the best version of ourselves. You know, we all have the power within ourselves. So start meditating. It's really, really going to help you. And you need to exercise. Whatever exercise works for you. I do a little bit of dance. I hit the bags. It helps with the neuroplasticity. I exercise. I do some yoga. I go for a walk in nature. But I have to do it every day. Because if I don't, everything that's happened to me, a lot of things have happened to me that people will say they didn't happen to me. But the only way I can deal with all of this stuff is because I can't control nothing, only myself. So I gotta really dig deep and make sure I do my meditation every morning. And if things come back into my mind and start manifesting more, I just meditate more. You gotta make sure you have your shake so it has all the nutrients, protein, everything in there for the day. So it keeps you the best version of yourself. And exercise, and yoga, walking in nature, it all helps, because I had a lot of stuff coming at me. And I still got some things coming at me sometimes, right? And like I said, you can't control them. So what do? You gotta flip the script, right? So, get on a routine and start doing things to make yourself better. Control your mind, because if you can't control your mind, you fall into depression. You have anxiety. And it manifests in your mind. And then it starts bringing the negative things from your past back into your life. You're bringing it back to you. Same as disease and sickness. We all have to control our minds. It's so important. And we have to exercise. And we have to eat the right things. And if we do all those things, we're going to be able to keep balance. And let me tell you, I have a brain injury and several disabilities. And if I don't work on myself every single day, well, things sneak up. And I got triggers. And I'm always having triggers come at me. As long as I meditate consistently, I can handle it. I can absorb these negative emotions and different things. Truly, it's worked for me. Give it a try. I know everybody's healing from something in their life. I guarantee this is going to help you. Check out the three amigos, Dr. Joe Dispenza, Greg Braden, and Bruce Lipton. They can definitely help you control your thoughts. They're very smart, scientists, quantum physics. They have a lot of knowing. Check them out. They're going to help you. They've truly helped me. Well, thank you very much. And my webpage is www.cameronsteven.ca. My phone number is 902-414-5655. Give me a call if you need help with anything. I'm here to help. I've had a long go, and I'm still working on myself every day to get myself the best version of myself. So, give me a call or check out my webpage. Take care.